This episode of Still Got Game is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Talk to Tito Beverage and he'll hook you up. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still Got Game, episode 426. Still Got Game's official podcast of ToolToPlay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
And I'm Roger Hitman Roken.
And I'm Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And it's the Irregulars again. It's me and Hit, and then Selden.
Oh, wow.
No Tiff, no Yant. They have some stuff this week, so yeah, it's the Irregulars, which was the name of last week's episode.
We're falling apart.
Yeah,
Fine episode it was.
It was a good time, and at least there's three of us, because for a long time when shit went bad, it was just me and Hit. So Selden, thanks for stepping up and not turning pink yet. So you're good.
Do you ever did you ever do a solo episode of anything or no? It's always been two at least, right?
Yeah, the only solo episode I ever did was the very first one when I brought the podcast back from its death initially, and that was the only solo, I believe. No, I didn't. That wasn't a whole. I interviewed Larry Herb, but that was like I ended up tacking it into another episode because that was just me talking to him. But yeah, every episode is at least two people. Yeah, and since we went video, Hit's got to be one of those people. So yeah, yeah. If there's no Hit, there's no show. He's a linchpin.
That's why we love Hit.
For those audio only people, Hit was blowing me kisses, thanking me right there. It's something like that. I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but it was like an affectionate thing he was doing for me. It was probably like Canadian affection. So anyway, all right, let's jump right in the show.
I was aiming a gun at him.
Oh, thanks, Hit. Yes. We'll go into the mailbag for feedback and questions from last week's show. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. Original Pete comments. I nearly died laughing during the last episode. You should cross-post on iTunes as a comedy podcast. I'm not sure what we said was so funny last week. I want to listen to the episode again because I already did it, and then I listened to it when I edited the video, and then I listened to it when I edited the audio, and I'm not going to go back and listen to it a fourth time.
How dare you?
No. For now on, when we have questions like this that reference the podcast, we'll have Selden listen.
You know, yeah. I did listen to it, but I only listened to my parts, so I can make sure I don't sound like a complete idiot all the time.
Right, well, so when you listen to the show, you just ignore it. When Hit and I are talking, you only listen to yourself? This is an even weirder narcissistic thing. Like, and I'm the narcissist of the group, so I don't even understand this. So when did you hear us as like Charlie Brown? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah,
I usually play it through at like double speed just so I can get through it and make sure everything was
wow,
good.
Really
but
phoning it in. Double speed.
Well, I only have so much time to listen to podcasts.
Yeah, but this show is fucking mint. This show is savage. Yaz Bay Slay, motherfucker. All right. All right. Thanks, Pete. Maybe I'll cross listen some comedy, but right now we're listed in like hobbies and video games, video games, or whatever we're listed in. You can only pick two, so I'm not sure if comedy's our best bet, but I'll look into it. All right. BSOD 1996 comments. Really solid episode from you last week, considering you were short a few players. I look forward to having the full crew back. So do we. Yeah.
Is this a multi-week question from this person? I feel like that name's familiar, no? I don't
recall that name, but they could be. They could have commented in the past. Sullivan's camera's doing some weird stuff. The whole crew's not back, as you know. It's the regulars with the irregular. And if you ever saw the video version BSOD 1996, you would think it's the most irregular thing you've ever seen. So, yeah. But we're all looking forward to having the full crew back. But it won't be next week because that's a holiday. So I believe it's the week after that. and then it's going to be PAX East, and then we'll have our PAX East post PAX East show after that. So, yeah. But thank you for the comment. All right, Walk Panda comments. I really love it when you guys talk about Stadia. It's funny to hear Selden 007 backing off of his love for Google. It's like a sitcom.
Sure.
Now, I backed off of the initial Stadia.
Now you love them again now?
Well, as a product, I think that they do have a future. They just got to work some of the shit out. Sorry. Yeah, they got to work some of the stuff.
Rated E for explicit, Selden. You can say cunt, fuck, shit, ass, motherfucker, cocksucker, whatever you want to say.
Make sure who's in the next room. Anyways, no, I think that we'll talk a little bit more about this later, but I think that Google's important with what they're doing, and I like where they're going. They just need to get their crap in order to get this Stadia working. That or just get out of it completely and let somebody else move forward.
I don't think they should have gone to this space, to be honest.
Absolutely not. No,
they're not.
Like, look,
they're
NVIDIA
not
phoned it in, and NVIDIA's like, oh, they tried to do that. We'll just do it today, and it's awesome. Like, I don't understand. They suck so bad.
To be fair, like when Selden was first talking about Stadia and stuff, like the shit I would give him was not uncalled for, but like premature. And but as the time went on, and like all these like little tidbits started to come out, it like snowballed into this like disaster. Like,
yeah. Oh no, the release was a disaster. They shouldn't have released it how they did.
Yeah, as the closer it got, like the more like legitimate like the raising of Selden liking Stadia was apparent. Like that thing is a disaster, and now going back, like they really shouldn't have gotten into this space. Like they're just not built for it.
Ready to go in there. This is not their market. Their market.
This is not their market.
Just
like
collect your money from fucking ads and search. Okay.
The fact that you have to spend full price to buy a game and you're locked into that ecosystem is really risky. Yeah, it's fucked up. Like with Xbox, like you buy Halo Infinite and then like you get it in like multiple devices. Like you're not just locked into there.
No, you got it on your PC, you got it on your Xbox, you got it on the last Xbox you had.
Their cloud service, like it's just, I don't know. I don't think this should have gone to that space. It's just they're not built for it. I don't think.
No.
I mean, they got the infrastructure behind it to run it. I just think that they needed to leave this in a beta state and let a larger group of beta testers test it for free to work out some of the bugs that they're experiencing now. They have been a catalyst for the cloud gaming, though, because now you've seen the NVIDIA come out. You see xCloud come out. PlayStation is talking about their shares more often. So I think that
this isn't new. We had whatever that failed one was first. Jay and I went and saw it at E3 and
now live.
Yeah. So like this has been around for a while. So if Google wanted to get in, they probably should have made sure they were going to do it right and not fuck it up, because now they're the joke. And they are the butt of every joke.
And one of the things that they need, and it proves that it's just too early, they need to be partnered with a gaming platform already. They can't. You can't expect people to be locked into their ecosystem. Like, it's crazy. They should have made a deal with, like, I don't know, Steam or the Epic stores looking for people. Like, something where, like, if you buy a game and this thing fails, at least you're not shit out of luck, right? Like,
you know who Nintendo would have been a smart partner, because they don't have an option.
I don't think Nintendo's looking to get online. I don't think they're looking to do the cloud game.
Well, you know who shouldn't have looked to get online is Google.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's too early.
They have no business in this space.
It's too early.
I think it was definitely too early for them to come out. I think that they're in the right position to be in it going forward if they can get the shit worked out.
No,
you're an apologist for them. This is a lost cause.
The Stadia brand has taken a huge hit now. Like
it'll
the never
joke
recover.
Of the industry. Yeah.
Look at Xbox One after that E3. It has yet to recover, and it will affect the next generation. Like
And that's a good thing, a good piece of hardware. That's not some piece of shit that they overcharged people for and didn't deliver.
Yeah, once a brand takes damage, man, it's really hard to come back from. Really hard.
Well, Phil Spencer's still worried about him.
I don't think so.
He said Amazon and Google are his biggest competitors going forward.
Yeah, but it's not. It has nothing to do with their.
It has nothing to do with their streaming.
Yeah, it has to do with their other businesses.
Yes, it has to do with their storage things and their cloud computing stuff and all that stuff. It has nothing to do with Stadia. Stadia is the joke in the industry. It's the new Ouya.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're still going to have the infrastructure if somebody wants to come in and go off the Google cloud. If they're going to work,
that's
that
what
way.
Phil is worried about.
Right. So
and
they
even
put out
even in that space,
that
they're a distant third.
Mm-hmm.
Like Amazon is clearly in first, and the Azure
Azure stuff is
second
cloud,
to them.
Yeah.
Like it's I don't know.
Yeah, this is a mistake all around, and apologizing for them and trying to find a silver lining in a poop is not. It's not becoming. So I guess this is like a sitcom. Yeah. It's like the Odd Couple, except there's three of us and Selden's the odd one. Yes.
I still hold out hope for him.
No, I don't.
I don't see it.
Just let it die. Let it gracefully die. Put it out of its misery. Don't make people suffer any more than they already have. These Google fucking sucker offers. Fuck it. All right. Altius asks, instead of speculating about the future, I want to ask a question about the past. What do you think the most or top 3 influential moments have been in home video games? Dreamcast.
Dreamcast, yeah, definitely is up there as one of them. I'd say,
influential moments.
If you're looking at influence, you got to go with the original Atari release as one of the most influential because they're the ones that really broke into the market and created.
Yeah, there was like the Odyssey and some other stuff before that, but they're the first mass market one. I'll give you that. The Dreamcast for online play.
What? Hold on. Did I wake up on the wrong side of the bed today? Dreamcast?
Dreamcast was
somebody
innovative.
Said Saturn?
No, the Dreamcast it was the first one that had it had a phone cord connection in it. You can dial into the internet and play online.
Yeah. But nobody used it.
I used it.
The only gaming online thing that really hit the ground was Xbox Live. Wait, what?
Without even it's been said
the Dreamcast was a failure, huge failure.
No, Peter Moore has.
My God, are you kidding me? It killed that company. They haven't made it. They don't make consoles anymore.
All right, Peter Moore has said that without the Dreamcast, we don't get to the Xbox shipping with the fucking Ethernet port.
No,
that doesn't happen.
That. I don't know about that. The GameCube came with a Ethernet connection. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Did?
Yeah, it did. It was below. You had to take off the little thing, and it was right there.
No, that was actually a serial port that used a DVD.
But that's how you use. That's how you use the modem. Like, that was their port. I used it.
Okay. No, this is history will see you wrong in this case. The Dreamcast is
the Dreamcast was what? The Dreamcast was not a success. Are you kidding me?
It was ahead of its time.
It had one of the most original controllers at the time. It's the foundation of
it had the VMU.
The controllers now. The VMU was in it. It did have downloadable content. What's that?
Is he cutting out for you? It's just
Selden is totally cutting out. Yeah, it's his cheap Long Island internet. Yeah. Now he's max.
I'll be quiet for a little bit.
The Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast sold 9 million units. 9.
Okay, that's okay. You're
9.
We're not saying what is the most successful thing. It's an influential moment. The Dreamcast,
a 2-year lifespan.
The Dreamcast was the first one that was like, people are going to want to play online like they do on PC, and we're going to.
At the end of '99, and it died in 2001. This thing had 2 years. They sold They sold 4.5 in a year.
Okay, this is where I'm going to agree to disagree because.
But numbers don't lie.
No, I'm not disagreeing with the numbers. I'm disagreeing with you saying it wasn't influential.
It wasn't influential. It wasn't.
I don't know. Selden, what do you think?
It was preceding the PS2 and the GameCube and the Xbox, which the Xbox killed it with Xbox Live.
I'm pulling up an article here. The Dreamcast died too soon, but its legacy lives on. Looking back at Sega's influential console, which revolutionized video game graphics and internet connectivity as it turned 20. This is an article from last year where people are looking back being like, this thing was ahead of its fucking time.
The thing also cost a fortune, didn't it?
Who knows? We just buy them. Nobody knows what anything costs.
Nobody just buys expensive garbage, Derek. Only 9 million of you did. Over 2 years, mind you. 2 years.
I bought one
what
for myself.
Device have you ever bought that only lasts 2 years? I can't even think of one.
So I bought myself a Dreamcast, and I gave one to Mr. GBMS for Christmas one year.
My Elite controller lasts longer than that thing.
Oh, my God.
The Wii U sold more units and lasted longer than... Come on.
We're in a different gaming time right now. There's more gamers than
revolutionary
ever.
At a screen as a controller. Oh my God.
Wow. All right. Audience,
okay. Ladies and gentlemen,
the fuck in.
These two are crazy people. I'm very, very, very well questioning my tenure on this show right now because this is wild.
We need our audience to weigh in on the Dreamcast.
I can't believe the most influential you're saying is a Dreamcast. Oh my God.
Wow. Hit is losing it. Ladies and gentlemen, Hit is losing it.
Yeah, so, from Red Dead 2 sucking to what else? Seldon, what else did he say?
Oh, you're just going to go to all Shadows?
Yeah, Breath of the Wild is the worst game ever to now the Dreamcast. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it.
All right, let's move on from that one then.
I'm blown away.
I think one of the most other influential that has changed really the scape of gaming in the home console, I'm going to say it was Grand Theft Auto games coming out. I think that they broke the barriers of what is acceptable in gaming. And from that point on, gaming has taken a more mature stance, and it has been more influential on the future of all games that have come out since then. You know, breaking the barriers, you know, if you all through the whole idea of what Grand Theft Auto stands behind, plus then the hot coffee mod and everything else that's happened in that series. I think that I would say that would be the most influential series of games that have come out in the home consoles.
Yeah, I'll give you that's a big pivotal moment as well.
Sure.
So since you disagree with everybody else, what are your influential things?
What do you think is the most or top three influential moments have been in home video games? I don't know. The Wii. Was very revolutionary.
The Wii was.
It sold like gangbusters. It affected.
No, but that doesn't make it influential.
Hold on. It sold gangbusters. It affected store inventories. Like what they did with supply and demand was genius.
It was on Ellen.
You were able to show it on TV. The games that they had on that console were revolutionary. Multiple age groups played that game. Like,
I was going to say the accessibility
young, everybody
of the
was playing that thing. It was a huge success. Huge. It didn't sell. It sold 9 million its first week.
Okay, but the Wii also had the lowest attach rate of any console of all time at 1.5 games. That means for everybody that had a Wii, and I had like 30 games for it, it averaged down to most people only having Wii Sports.
Sure.
But it's still a pivotal point in video games.
We're just debating what the moment was. Like, we're not talking about attach rates.
Well, that's where they make their money because the console sold
they made
cost
tons of
or a
money
loss
from that thing. Like, come on, like it smoked the other two. Smoked them.
I don't know. But I guess I would like to see more of our audience weigh in on this because Hit obviously disagree with Selden and I.
Like I could think of like 10,000 more things more influential.
They literally put the fucking console on a network for the first fucking time.
Most influential. Wow.
Putting a console on the network for the first fucking time.
They literally created DLC. They are the originators of DLC.
Oh, Selden's internet is dial-up today.
That's garbage.
You're getting this too, right? You hear him talking like he's like on an old.
Yeah.
My video is frozen. Everything's done.
All right, let's move on.
All right. Well, while we're moving on, Selden, why don't you text your fam and tell them to get the fuck off the internet? All right. So if you have any awesome questions or comments like these, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And on that, while Selden's unplugging the rest of his router connections, let's move on to what we're playing. What have you been playing this week?
So I've been playing Sea of Thieves, like normal. I actually finished the event like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And my friend Celeste randomly was like, hey, let's play Sea of Thieves. Mm-hmm. So I've been running her through the game, having a blast. Tried out Apex with the new... Season 4, is it? With the new legend. Yep. By the way, did you see what they did about that new legend? Like, just marketing genius, these guys.
Is this the Terminator one?
Yeah, they tease this new character, and they give him a name. Forge, I think his name was.
Yep.
And they released a bunch of like videos, and they have one where he's being interviewed, and then like right in the middle of the interview, this robot shows up and like shoves its arm through him.
Nope.
And then like psych, the robot's the new guy, and his name is Revenant, and it's like, wait, what? Dude, it's just wild, and like I don't know if you noticed in that one trailer, where they show like his backstory. Right at the end, the daughter of the father and mother that he just killed is like over the father's body, and she looks like pissed, like I'm gonna get my revenge. That's just leading up to her being the next legend. Like, dude, it's just they're so good. So I played Apex a bit. That was good. And PUBG Mobile with my buddies and my lunch breaks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
What were you guys?
Selden?
Well, if I can get through it, I'll try real quick. I've been playing a lot of World of Tanks, of course. Loving that game still. I got my Wizards Unite in. Tried a couple of the different, the streamings. I was back on the xCloud, and then I also tried the NVIDIA GeForce with Fortnite, Apex, and Destiny 2. Played a good long session of Destiny 2 on the xCloud, which was great. It was a lot of fun.
By mistake?
No. I was at my son's soccer goalie clinic, so I had like an hour and a half to waste. So I just sat there and played Destiny 2 while he was there. Then I picked up
love. Yeah,
I did. I made my comments every now and then, encouraged him and everything like that. I was keeping an eye on him as I was playing, so it was good.
Yeah, sure you are. Yeah.
Then I picked up Escape from Tarkov, and I've been playing a lot of that over the last few days. Man, that game is tough, but it is a lot of fun. It is definitely a learning curve. They're making some improvements. They had some server issues over the weekend and stuff like that. So if you were playing, they sent you a million rubles. So that'll help me out a little bit getting through some of the purchasing guns and stuff like that, because it's a true survival type game. If you go in with a gun, if you die on your main character, and you lose everything you had, so you blow through your inventory if you're not careful. So
you should stream some of that.
I did stream first a couple times, but it was miserable watching me die all the time. So
sometimes that's fun to watch.
No, that's definitely going to be back on the stream once I get a little bit more comfortable playing it. I just got to learn the maps a little bit more, and then I'll be back on it streaming. So
fair enough.
What about you?
Is it not the same world?
There's multiple maps. There's at least I think 4 or 5 right now unlocked. So
nice. Selden's barking. All right.
He's also not moving for me, but
no. Now he's very stoic. I'm pretty sure he's not even connected anymore. Well, I played a shitload of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. Finished the Season 1 Battle Pass, level 100, and the new one starts tomorrow. So looking forward to that. I love the shit out of that game. That game is fucking sexy motherfucker. It's awesome. And then I phoned in. Oh, actually, I didn't phone in because Harry Potter, since the last time we did the show, we had the 2 events plus the side event. I finished all of those things with their bonus levels. Pokemon Go, I phoned in. I get my 1 catch every day, spun my stupid fucking Pokestop. Lucked out, and some of the days my 1 catch was one of these new guys, but that game blows so much asshole. I fucking
still
hate
don't
it.
understand why you even play it then.
I don't play it. I phone it in.
You just said you spin and the fucking get your Pokemon. Just don't do it. Just don't open it.
I have an addictive personality. I can never stop anything.
I just don't understand doing something you don't like.
I hate it. I hate it, but I do it every day. And it takes 3 minutes of my time. That's 3 minutes I got to use to do something in Wizards. And then my couch game is Toon Blast when I'm fucking watching TV or doing whatever. So, but Call of Duty, I cannot say enough good things about this game. So if you're not playing it yet, go play Call of Duty Modern Warfare because it's fucking savage as fuck. All right. Well, on that, why don't we hop on over in the new releases? There's only a couple this week. The first one is Darksiders Genesis. It's out for the Xbox One, the PS4, and the Switch. And any you guys Darksiders fans?
Yeah, I liked 1 and 2. I didn't get a chance to play 3.
All right. Do you have any interest in Genesis?
Maybe. I don't know. I just don't have time for.
I know that's the thing. It's like
humongous games.
That's the commodity is time right now. So you really have to pick what you want to spend your time on. And I know you spend a lot of it in Sea of Thieves, so that reduces your time to do anything else. Selden seems to have infinite time because he plays like 70 million games no one's ever heard of. Selden, have you ever played any of these games before?
I believe I played one of the Darksiders back on my PlayStation 3 for a little bit, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I haven't played one in forever. It was fun at the time, but like Hit said, I just got too much shit to do, and I don't have time to do it. So, all right. Well, the other new game out this week, there's a lot of buzz around it, and it's been we saw it behind closed doors a couple years ago at E3, and then last year at E3 it was more showcased, and it's Dreams. It's out for the PS4. This is from the Media Molecule guys that did what was the little Sackboy game? Why can't I think of the name?
Sackboy?
Yeah, no. What's the PlayStation game that has Sackboy? I'm drawing a total blank.
Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet. Yes, it's from those Media Molecule guys, and this one is like you make games within the game, and this one has tons of good buzz around it, and it was actually pretty fun. You can make a million different video games within the game, and I'm pretty sure this is going to do awesome. Yeah, so I'm like watching Hit's thing. He's got people making platformers, people making racing games, people making weird games. Like and you make all these games with
Selden's name written all over it.
Except Selden doesn't have a PlayStation.
Huge selection of shit games to play.
Yeah. No, these aren't games that you're picking. These are games that people made within the game.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's like a Roblox?
Like 99% of those games are going to be shit. It's that 1% that's like, damn, man, these guys made a good game.
Yeah.
That's why I say this is perfect for Selden.
Yeah, this is perfect for Selden. And it doesn't look like Roblox at all, Selden, because Roblox looks like trash. It's a fucking retro piece of shit.
I was just talking about how Roblox is just a conglomeration of games, shitty things that other guys are making and stuff like that.
Yeah, but look at this. Look at what this video, for those even the audio version, sorry, but Hit's playing the trailer for this, and some of this shit looks fucking pretty dope that people have put together in this. Like there's a marble, that one looked like shit. There was like a 8-bit one that looked like trash because nobody likes that. But the rest of this stuff looks pretty awesome.
Do you guys know if any games were ever created within their properties, like Little Big Planet, Dreams? Like in this, an example would be like how Dota was created within Warcraft 3.
and then became a standalone.
Yeah,
there
because
in Little Big Planet 2, there was a lot of games created that were shared that people hundreds of thousands of people were playing, but there was no way to spin it up. Yeah, there was no way to. They went viral, but there was no way to spin them into their own standalone game, which I guess is the difference.
Why not though? What? Like if it would have gone viral, someone would have found a way to recreate that game, right?
Well, I guess, but it's
hard. That's what they did with Dota.
I know, but Dota's a little easier. You don't need like this awesome engine that you don't have any access to. Like, that's the beauty of Little Big Planet 2 and of this Dreams.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, as an example, where a game was born within a game, like, have any of their games like blown up like that? And it's weird if it hasn't, because they actually give you the tools to make multiple genres, and whereas Warcraft 3 like gave you very little tools.
You really had to like focus in on. Yes.
And I'm trying to think of another example of a game that was built within a game. I feel like there's one more, but I can't think of it right now.
I don't know, but any of those could have, but none of them really broke out of the LBP2 because the people that were interested in it already had Little Big Planet 2, and it's tough to sell that to someone else. But I just think this is cool. I'm actually pretty excited for this game, and I may pick it up. I don't know.
You're not gonna get it.
No, probably not. I'm just saying that to appease the masses. But Selden might pick up PS4 for it, or he'll play it back compatible on his PS5. Selden doesn't even know how to talk anymore. All right. So on that, why don't we hop on over into gaming news? First story. Who wants it?
I'm watching Conan for some reason. What the hell's going on?
All right. I'll take the first story then, since no one else is picking one of these.
How about you just take the first story from now on? How about that?
All right. So the one I'm going to take is Sony's 2019 acquisition of Insomniac Games, priced at $229 million. So this is something that none of us knew how much they acquired Insomniac for until they had to do their fucking stock shit, and they had to let people know with the SEC how much they paid. So $229 million to get Spider-Man exclusive, basically, right? Is that kind of what this was?
No, it's not for Spider-Man.
So what are you saying it's for? Or are you saying
it's for the studio, their properties, their studio?
Sunset City? Yeah, that's worth
Sunset City.
What? Wasn't that what that game was called? Sunset
Overdrive? That was
Sunset
an Xbox
Overdrive
game.
I know, but that's the studio. Like,
but they don't own that property. Like, they just made that game for Xbox.
So I'm saying, what did Insomniac make?
Ratchet and Clank, Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah. Okay, so you're saying that's worth $229 million?
No, I'm saying I definitely think they overpaid, but they paid for their games and their studio. Like, they make games. They're good at it.
They are good at it, but this seems high for.
It does seem high. It does really seem high.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what they're working on? That they're like, yeah, these guys are knocking it out. Who knows? You
know what I'd like them to be working on is a fucking Iron Man game.
That's funny. You just reminded me. I was listening to Giant Bomb. When they were talking about the that Marvel game, the Avengers game,
the shitty one, yeah.
And it's funny how I actually wanted to make a clip and post it on the Discord where they basically agree with me. They're like, we don't know what the hell the big deal is. Like, there's so many different versions of those characters, and none of them look the same. Like, why did anyone think that they were gonna get the actors? You know what? I'm actually gonna go back. I'm gonna fucking clip it.
Oh, you can pull that clip because I disagree. I think that at this point in history, everybody wants them to be the MCU actors. Okay?
By the way, there's another perfect example of a damaged brand.
Oh, that
game's not gonna recover. Like they got that bad press
and they made like the fat Captain America and all these other massive mistakes they made. Yeah, that game is a piece of shit. I'm just gonna say it. I'm going out there on Front Street. It's like it's a piece of shit.
Game's not a piece of shit. You just don't agree that you just think they should have had the actors on there.
They should have paid that fucking sweet money to get those sweet people. Because the reason why people love the MCU is not because of the characters. Because if that was the case, then the comics would be selling fucking 5 million issues each, and they don't.
But
the comics sell like 5 issues.
The comics don't even look like the comics.
No, they don't.
And how come they are the ones that get the shit end of the stick, but yet all the other Marvel game studios, like the what's that stupid game, Marvel Ultimate Alliance? Now their guys look like they in the movies. Like why? How come they don't get a pass? I mean,
because nobody's playing that game because it's only on the Switch.
Oh, people are playing that game. A lot of people play that game.
Not Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
Especially is that the third one?
Yeah, that's MUA 3.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like that was a high number, and that's probably the reason why they didn't tell everybody how much it was at the time, and they held on to it as long as they could until they had to report to the SEC. So
yeah,
good on them though. They got Spider-Man, so
I think Spider-Man 2 for the PS5 will be pretty big for them.
Yeah, I think that's what they're banking on at this point. Is that last exclusive was so savage it sold consoles. And now we're going to do another one, and it's going to sell this new console.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how much Spider-Man itself affected sales on both console and the game. Very curious.
Yeah, I would be curious to hear that as well.
Do they have to pay a royalty to Marvel?
Oh, yeah, that's dialed into everything. Yeah. I don't know if it's per game or if it's like per
license.
Like we're releasing a game and now we pay you X amount, or if it's per unit. I don't think it's per unit. That would be insane. But it might be. Who knows? Nobody knows that deal. All right. Next story.
I'll take it. I heard about this a little bit. Anthem is about to change completely. BioWare is overhauling the core gameplay in a longer-term redesign. Now, so from what I understand, they're basically like starting over.
Yeah, so they scrapped all their upcoming DLC and everything else to start the game over, right? Is that what you got out of this too?
Yeah. Like, if I were a fan of that franchise, I'd be pissed. No?
Like, if you were one of the few people that actually did like the game, they're like,
you played it, you put all this time in, like, do you lose everything? Like,
yeah, I don't know. It does seem like a dick move. It's like, well, we didn't hit the big audience we wanted, but we have this like strong core audience that loves us, but we still want the big audience. So fuck those guys, and we're going to redo everything and try to get a bigger audience again. I don't know.
It also
you're right.
Reeks of desperation. Like, they're trying to like force feed us. Like, please like this, this.
It was supposed to be good.
Yeah.
I just see them. I think they're refocusing, and if they're smart, what they're going to do is make it a free to play, and they're going to release it with the next gen, rather than try to force something out before then. So they announced that they're making a big change now. 9 months down the road, hopefully they'll get their shit squared up and get ready for the next release of the console, and then push something free to play out at that point, because they could probably bank a shit ton of money on the free to play aspect of that game. I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucked. They're fucked.
Is that another brand that's been?
Yes, actually, yeah. This is.
Yeah, I wanted to love this game, and this game, for all intents and purposes, was going to be the next giant game for.
See, I never believed it. I never believed it.
I think that they banked on that. This is their big next IP.
And they had BioWare driving it. Like, it's almost like if...
There's another damaged brand.
Yeah, it was the perfect storm of things that should have gone right, and then everybody went wrong. Like, I don't understand how this failed so stratospherically. It's just crazy.
They also, like, doubled down on a genre that itself is dying. Like, it's...
Nobody likes Destiny anymore, and they were like, let's play Destiny. Yeah.
Let's make a better Destiny and relaunch later.
Destiny.
I played Destiny this week.
Yeah, I know. You're the only guy. Yeah, I know. This is why they keep making shit games, Selden, because guys like you go back. Just uninstall it and be done. Man the fuck up.
This I don't know. This seems weird, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Next story, Selden.
Yeah, sorry, I'm tracing some stuff right now. I'll take this one. Let's go with Phil Spencer clears up controversial VR comments. Phil Spencer came out this week to try to clear up some of his comments that he made earlier about saying that VR is not a space that they want to be in and that it's a niche market. And he's just trying to, it's almost like he's trying to cover his tracks a little bit. But coming out and saying that basically it's not a focus for them at this time, that they're really focusing on getting the Xbox Series X out and getting everything right for that. And VR is something that they're still going to keep their eye on, but it's not something that they're pursuing with the console release right now.
We're trying to catch up after that debacle E3. Which they should be doing. Like, I agree. I don't think what he said at all was wrong. Like, it's true. Like, he didn't say anything wrong.
No, but he just wasn't like, yeah, we're bundling in fucking VR support from day one with Xbox Series X. Like,
yeah.
They're just playing it safe. Like,
yeah, they don't want to have a whole Kinect issue again with any kind of VR that they're going to put out. I mean, they're still focused a lot on the Halo lens and the augmented reality rather than you haven't really seen a lot in the VR scope from Microsoft, but they haven't made the HoloLens gaming platform yet. So they're still a ways away from that, and it's still out of price point, out of range for most people to have anyways, I think. Yeah. So I don't think it's wrong what he originally said. I think it's still kind of a niche market. It's just something that it's also not on their radar right now in the release of the next gen console coming out. So
yeah, no, I hear you. Like, I know Sony's doubling down on PSVR, but should they be? Maybe just do the right thing with your console first and then tap your new VR on top of it. Yeah,
going back to what I said about numbers don't lie, like, this is the most truest statement that you'll ever hear. Numbers just don't lie. They see that there's X number of VR headsets out there, which is pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, how many of those people, take that number, now divided by a number of people that actually are in the Xbox ecosystem.
Yeah.
And then divide that by the number of people that might get the next console. Like, it's just a small number that why would they want to focus money and resources towards such a small percentage of their players? Like, it just doesn't make any sense for them.
The only counter argument to that, and it's barely one, is that people that have VR have the highest attach rate of any gaming platform in history. I think the last time I looked, the attach rate was somewhere around 17.
How many? But that, like, you go back.
I know. So you have to go down to the small, like, how many people have it, and then go back up to this high attach rate, and you have to do all that math. It's like economics all over again, except with console stuff. Like, Selden, what's your attach rate for VR? How many VR games have you bought?
Under 10, I would say. I would say easily under 10.
And how many Wii games did you have? In the same
Wii
amount
games?
Of time? In the same amount of time.
In the same amount of time, I would probably say about 20.
Wait, you bought 20 games in 2 months or 3 months or 5 months?
Yeah, I would say, because, the kids were, well, maybe not 20 in 5 months, I guess. You're right. But it's definitely, I had a significant more games for the Wii by this point, by a certain period than I foresee myself having for VR.
Well, but I don't think attachment rate is a good indicator of something being of quality.
No, it's not quality. It's just it's return on investment for the people that are putting out VR. So,
I mean, I guess, but how many of those games are like $5, like, and they're shit?
Well, that's the problem when it's Steam, because when it was all consoles, you could be like, well, every game is 60, which Arguably, still, games shouldn't be 60.
Like, you go back to you said the attachment for the Wii was the Wii
1.5.
Like that doesn't mean that doesn't necessarily mean that's bad. It just means that maybe somebody bought 2 quality games and they didn't have to play anything else for a while because they. Like Zelda could have been one of those, and you could get 200 hours out of that game.
They didn't buy 2. Like
I'm just saying,
the reason why the attachment rate for the Wii is 1.5 is because 90% of the people with the Wii only had Wii Sports.
But if you said it was 1.5 or 1.7?
1.5.
Okay, so that means that some people had 1 and some people had 2. Right?
No, it means most people had 1 and some of us had 17.
Okay, fair. Well, I mean, to simplify it, like one person had 1, one person had 2.
Okay,
like, to simplify it.
To grossly oversimplify it, yes.
Yeah. So like, what? Those people could literally just be the people that bought the game, the sports game, and then bought like a Legend of Zelda or Mario, like games that have like tremendous replayability.
I know, but that's not it though, because the stat was that almost 90% of them only had Wii Sports. Like game that came with it. It
came with it, yeah.
Yes, so they didn't buy any game. So their attach rate was
because
the one that it came with.
Because the replayability of those games were so high.
I know.
It just makes that those games were of quality because you got your money's worth.
It was just
whereas
unique.
These VR $5 shit games, like you play for like 2 minutes and you're like, okay, I'm done. Now what? I need another one.
There's games like Beat Saber that are not throwaway.
Yeah,
but
Beat Saber is like one of very, very few in VR.
Okay. I was just giving an example.
Hot is another one, maybe.
Super Hot's another one, yeah.
Yeah, like there are some games that, yes, are must-haves. But there's a shit ton of like, okay, I'm done with this. Now what? I need another one. And like, oh, I gotta beat that one. I need another one. Like, I don't know if that's a good measure to. I don't know.
I know, but attach rate goes because where consoles are sold at a loss, games are where they make up on the licensing. So that's what you have to use as your measure of success. Because if you have a low attach rate and you sold the console at a loss, then you're not making money on that console until 3, 4, 5 years down the road. Unless you're buying Shoulder Grow Simulator or Pink Shirt Simulator or...
I'm not talking about money. I'm more talking about quality, but yeah, okay.
All right. I think we beat that horse dead. Next story, I'll take one. Gears of War boss Rod Ferguson leaves to take over Diablo. Now, this is huge. So, Rod Ferguson was always the big guy at Epic. Then we had the whole shakedown, and Gears was gone, and then they did the coalition, and Rod was back in charge. And he has been Mr. Gears since day one. Like, there was one E3 where we had behind closed doors we had a behind closed doors appointment with Gears 2 or 3, and it was just me going to the appointment. I wasn't a Gears guy because it's a third-person hider, not really a game. And I went into the room, and it was just me and Rod Ferguson for 30 fucking minutes, and it was fucking weird because I had to pretend like I loved the game. I was like, "Oh, this is sick. This is so good. I love your chainsaw-y thing, and oh, those bad guys, they're so alien monsters. Yeah, this is pretty sick. Yeah, Rod Ferguson." But he is a super awesome guy, and he was like the ultimate guy to be running Gears. And for him to leave to go to Diablo either means that something is going tremendously wrong with Gears, or something was going tremendously wrong with Diablo, and they brought him in to fix it. So, what do you guys think?
I can't believe you admitted to being fake.
No, I don't.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
That appointment I didn't want, but Jay had one and something else. Like I got us 3 Xbox behind closed doors ones, those are the toughest appointments to get at E3, and we had 3 at the same time. So Tiff went and did one, and whatever hers was, she was definitely the right person for, and it was. Whatever I gave Jay, it was definitely something he should have gone to see. So I did the Gears one, and I just had to phone it in, pretend. I did a good job.
I think with each iteration of Gears that comes out, its popularity decreases significantly. I think that the series, it's a gorgeous series, and it's got a great fan base, and it's a good game. I enjoy playing the game, but with each game, I see myself less wanting to get through the campaign. It's more of just playing it to get the Gears experience and see what they've done with it. And I think that seems to be the scale of it across the board. I think that it is still a super popular game. Everybody wants to get it.
Just not like it was before.
It wasn't like it was originally.
You can say that about all of Microsoft's main properties now. Like Halo's feeling it as well. Gears, this is a common problem for Microsoft right now. Is maybe they've relied too heavily on these IPs, and it's starting to show their age.
Well, I think that's with any IP. I don't think it's just restricted to. Xbox.
Call
IPs.
of Duty is still going better than ever. Super Mario.
That's only because Call of Duty was a throwback this time. Because
the
last Call of Duty, Black
numbers
Ops
don't lie.
17 was
still
not
the
awesome.
number one game in the world. Well, one of the number one games in the world. Anyway,
but the Call of Duty is like your Madden. You're gonna have. Everybody's gonna want to buy every version that comes out year after year if you're into that. And a lot of people are into that shooter. So
Nintendo has Super Mario, and they've done 1,000 IP different games with Mario.
But that's gone through waves as well. That hasn't always been super popular. Everybody has to buy every game.
Remember when they went 3D?
Yeah,
the whole that thing was fucking trash on the N64.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Before we continue.
Yeah.
Hold on. You're saying that Mario 64 was trash?
I'm saying compared to the original Super Mario Brothers, piece of shit. Yeah. I'm saying it. I'm putting it out there. Shadow, feel free to come in the Discord and fucking be a douche, okay?
I love Mario 64.
I hated it.
Oh my god.
I just want every game to be the original Super Mario Brothers, okay? That's all I want.
Mario World was a disappointment.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. It's Mario World.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
The one with the shit floating camera, the little fucking bug, there's a camera. It's over here. It's over here.
Mario 64 was a really good.
No. Mario 64 actually was good. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, I misspoke, but yes, yeah.
Is that better?
The shit one. Yes, yeah. Is that any better hit?
I don't know.
Why do you suck off Mario so hard? You just think they can do no wrong?
Oh, they can do wrong. Mario 64 is considered one of the greatest games of all time.
No, that's Super Mario Brothers.
Oh my. Okay.
Warp Zone. Yeah, boom, done.
I'm not denying that Super Mario Brothers is not, but there's a lot of Mario games in the discussion for what are some of the top games of all time.
Yeah, you know what game is not?
A lot of Mario games.
Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers sucked. That game blew.
The original arcade game?
Yeah, that game sucked shit compared to Super Mario Brothers. Wow.
Yeah, I don't
know.
Like
that one?
I like the original Mario Brothers. Bouncing around, and that was one of the keystones of gaming, was the original Mario Brothers game.
No, everybody has this nostalgic look back on things where we all think things are better than they were, but you know what? I'm gonna be the guy to say 8-bit graphics suck. Old shit sucks. Fuck that shit. We want new shit. We don't want your old shit. And some of the shit that we loved, now we've grown up, we can look back and say, hey, why did I love that? It fucking blew. Okay? It's okay to hate things you used to love. Sorry.
I'm looking forward to that Atari console that's coming.
Oh my gosh. You're picking up the new VCS with its wood paneling? You pre-ordered the wood panel edition?
No, I didn't pre-order, but I love the fact that they're bringing that out.
The Intellivision one now, on the other hand, that one actually looks pretty decent, but because they're redoing the games. Yeah. They're not just putting out emus. So, all right. Next story. I'm going to jump on one. I'm going to cut off Hit just to take one because he mentioned something that made me mad. Yup, another Call of Duty game is coming out this year. So, despite finally hitting success with the resurgence of Modern Warfare, they felt the need to still continue with their annual Call of Duty life cycle. And they have actually said that they know this game is not going to do as well as Modern Warfare did. So why do it? Just look at Halo. Halo doesn't put out a game every year. And when they put one out, it's fucking gangbusters. They could have spent this time to do new maps and new content for Call of Duty Modern Warfare instead of just cranking out another annual Call of Duty release. And I think this is a huge mistake on their part. Because I don't plan on picking this one up. I plan on continuing to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Well, Call of Duty is, as I said, it's just like the Madden games. It's not necessarily it's shovelware. They're just pushing it out every year because they got to keep the revenue going on it. I think they'll still sell a shit ton of this game.
That's what I mean. Like,
unfortunately, they're going to kill the life cycle of the Modern Warfare game that just came out. But I think that
I think this is going to be the first time that that's not the case. I think people are going to stick with Modern Warfare because they finally came up with an additive DLC content release schedule. They now have a battle pass that makes people have incentive to continue to play. And I think that people want to stick with that game that reminds them of a good game before all these shit games came out. And I don't think anybody wants a Treyarch game at this point. Like, I'm just saying, I'm not picking this game up. I am going to continue to play Modern Warfare. And I'm not the only one I've heard say this.
Now, is this going to be another Black Ops game that they put out?
I assume it's going to be a Black Ops game, or
because Black Ops is one of their most popular series. I think I think there's going to be a huge move over to it. I think it's going to.
I don't think so.
It's going to take a big chunk out.
Modern Warfare.
Even if people don't go over, like, there's still a large percentage of their player base that after a full year of playing that same game repeatedly are bored of it and will want to try something new. And their numbers show it. Like, people switch over every year.
That's because they haven't
even if it's
a good game.
Even if it's over or under, like, whatever, it's still people that are still playing Call of Duty. As long as they keep people playing Call of Duty, whether it's an old one or a new one, that's the one impressive thing about Call of Duty is that they keep their player base. Yeah. It's a healthy community of players. Why would they not just keep doing that? Right? Like, their formula has been working for how long now?
I know, but their problem is the rotating development studios. Because
I just can't see them being like, yeah, let's not make another game. Like, we're still making tons of money. Like, let's just not make another game.
No,
like,
so
it sounds crazy.
It sounds insane. So what would have been the right move at this point was to shift DLC and development stuff to Treyarch for Modern Warfare, and for Infinity Ward to do if you want to do another game this year, do the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 re-release. And then do that, because those are the games that are everybody's favorite. It's the Modern Warfares. It's not.
They keep those remake versions for when they have a lull in their development cycle. They have the 3 studios that are alternating every other year, every
third year. Yeah. Yep.
And like they keep that as a card in their back pocket. Like, oh, we got a problem. Like, didn't they have
Modern Warfare?
Didn't they have a problem with Black Ops? They couldn't finish the single player in time, so they just did. Yeah, so like, things go wrong, and they're like, okay, fuck, let's pull this card. It buys us a year, so get out of free jail card. And I don't know.
I don't know.
They know with the following that they have that even if only 75% of people buy the game, they're still going to make a shit ton of money on releasing a full version.
Like, there's a reason why they made all those Transformers movies. Those movies are terrible, but they made billions of dollars.
Yeah, because
why would they just stop doing that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's business. Like,
I don't know, but now we're in the days of
Like, look at
DLC.
Assassin's Creed. Look at Assassin's Creed. They were coming out every year, okay?
Yeah.
And then their numbers dipped. People weren't playing. And then
Okay.
guess what they did? Stop doing it every year. And they did every 3 years now, like the normal dev does. Like,
But see,
until the Call of Duty numbers go down, why would they change?
Because I think you can do $60 of DLC in a year plus. I think you can do $90 of DLC in a year.
Yeah, but no matter
For
how
a
much
good
DLC you make, like, a game just gets old, and you want something new. And especially
Then
Call of
tell
Duty,
that to the guys
especially when
playing
you
Destiny.
Especially when you condition Call of Duty players over a decade
That you're going to get a new one every fucking year.
Yeah, like it's just
That's where they went wrong. Like,
how did it go wrong? They made billions of dollars.
Okay,
whoops. Well, guys,
All
we
right.
made billions of dollars again.
all right,
We fucked up.
How
fucked
long
up.
did you play? How long did you play Destiny 1? 3 years.
Sure, I played a lot of Destiny 1. Okay.
Yeah. So that goes to show if you do something right, people will keep kicking back for the DLC for that thing, and
Guess what happened when Destiny 2 came?
They were like,
switched the fuck over because I wanted something new.
Yeah, but Destiny.
If Destiny 2
2
would have come out after year 1, I would have got Destiny 2.
Yeah, but then Destiny 2 came out and they're like, hey, we just got rid of all that cool stuff we fixed in Destiny 1 and then we just redid everything. Now you have different slots, there's different kinds
They got
of
rid of all their
things.
shit. They literally, like, all the stuff from 1 is gone.
Yeah, they fucked it. They fucked it.
We still played it.
And honestly, looking at the
Phone
release
didn't.
for this coming back out in October through December, they don't want to miss the console release that's coming out. They want to tap into getting a attach rate to that game, to that console, whatever the new console is. Nobody's going to go out there and buy Modern Warfare again on the next console, especially with backwards compatibility if it's
Well,
not
that's
even
what I'm
supported.
saying. Modern Warfare 2 would have been the smart release.
No,
Not
no.
some Treyarch bullshit.
They played
Treyarch's the ghetto one.
They played their card to give themselves a year, and now the next guy's up.
All
Wow.
right. I guess we'll
Because then
see.
you delay that, then you push the other developers out a year, giving them an extra year on that. Yeah, I just don't think they want to do that. So
Yeah, they don't want to do that.
I think they're making the right move. I think that it's conditioned
Agreed.
to the people that play it, and I think that with the new console, they want to make sure that their game is one of the attaches to the new consoles that come out. So
No. Well, I guess we'll see. All right. Next story.
sorry, I'm trying to pull one up. All right,
I got
Xbox
nothing.
Series X. Phil Spencer says tons of backwards compatibility games are already working on the Xbox Series X games. This isn't a surprise, especially with the announcement that that we're going to be backwards compat over the last couple generations when the Xbox Series X comes out. And honestly, this early on, I don't really see it as a stretch saying that we already knew that these were working on there. What do you guys think?
Well, I don't think we didn't think they were going to work. I just think that the big takeaway from this is the performance increases in all these games. So the things you hated are gone. The games you love are there. New graphics have been released for them for games that didn't already have Xbox enhanced support or whatever. So if you're that kind of guy, then you got it. I'm not that kind of guy. I want to play the new games, but it is nice to know that the ecosystem is strong and it's not based on emulation. It's based on like, hey, we built basically a PC and all of our PC games are going to work on our Xbox Series X PC and they'll be scaled to your hardware. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a good selling point.
Whoa, what happened? Hit.
Nothing to worry.
Especially if the new console is speeding up load times and stuff like that on some of these games, because you remember Destiny getting into a strike or a map or anything like that took forever. So maybe the new hardware is going to speed that up. It's good to know that they're working on this already. I think it's a good move. And it's just I don't find it as a surprise that we are getting this information.
No, I think Phil Spencer just drops enough in to be like, hey, yeah, your shit's not going to go away. It's going to still work. So buy our new shit, play it 8K, boom, done. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by this. They're the most compatible console compared to PlayStation, and PlayStation's rumors are that all their stuff is compatible because they finally learned their lesson. So to keep that message going is only makes sense.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Hey, you want to take a story?
Nah, I'm good. You go ahead.
All right. I'll take one more, and then I'm going to leave it up to Selden if he wants to take one more. So this is an interesting story. With 2 million sold, Take-Two is unsure how Game Pass affected the other worlds. So this is something we talk about all the time. So a game that makes themselves available to Game Pass to be free on Game Pass, the thing we don't know is what deal they have with Microsoft. Like, so if something is on Game Pass, do you get money for everybody that downloads it, or do you get money for everybody that downloads it and plays it once? And what kind of money do you get? We just don't know that side of this business. They've been keeping this super secret. I still think it's pretty cool that they sold 2 million copies outside of Game Pass. But it begs to question, like, how do you judge your success when your game is on Game Pass?
Yeah, I've been wondering that since Sea of Thieves. Like,
yeah. Well, Sea of Thieves is a Microsoft studio.
Yeah, but still, like, how many copies have they sold? Like, it's still skewed. It's so
I know
skewed.
you like, just don't know how to judge it, right?
No, and then they're always saying like, yeah, I think they hit the 10 million mark the other day. It's like 10 million what? Like 10 million people that have loaded the game up? 10 million people that are currently playing? Like, it just seems we're so like misleading.
We're in a new metric that we don't know how to judge.
Yeah. And like, if Sea of Thieves was a paid game up front, would it have ever gained the popularity that it has?
I bought Sea of Thieves before it was on Game Pass.
Yeah, so. Same.
All right.
Same.
Like, I didn't buy it. I just got on Game Pass. But honestly, I don't know if it would have had the longevity and the player base that it would have had if it was a $60 game, right?
Oh yeah, no,
that is a good point. Yes,
totally.
It's had such a great lifespan because people didn't have to pay for it, and it's different than Outer Worlds because they're a Microsoft studio. So Microsoft's like, oh, I'm just taking money from this hand and I'm putting it in this hand, and it's all the same. It's all in Microsoft. But Outer Worlds is a different thing. They're not a Microsoft studio, so we don't know what deal they have with Microsoft or how any of this works. But Microsoft obviously wanted this to be an exclusive for a while, so they were like, "Oh, it's on Game Pass day one." And
yeah, honestly, I played a good amount of the Outer Worlds. I don't think I would have paid to buy that game though, and I think that 2 million sales is good for them, but would it have extrapolated to another 2 million sales if they had charged everybody on Xbox for it as well? I don't know.
I would never have bought this game either. I didn't even download it for free. So if I didn't download it for free, I wasn't going to buy it. But yeah, even they don't seem to know. Like they know what they're getting from their Microsoft deal, and they can't because of their that's the one thing we learned about this Game Pass deal is that Microsoft will never tell what their deal is with an individual company, and the individual company cannot tell what their deal was with Microsoft. It's like a secrecy deal they have. I'm sure they did well, and I'm sure that they probably got, and I'm speculating here, I think that they probably got more money than they would have trying to sell this game to the general populace. I'm just going out on a limb there, because Selden, you played it.
You could even say that maybe it wouldn't have won some of the Game of the Year awards
without all the people playing it because they got to play it for free.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think that that's a good point. I think that that's exactly where I would put it in the market right now too. So
yeah, that's like an added selling point to Game Pass is, hey, maybe you're not going to sell a lot of games, and we have like a deal. Maybe you're getting $30 on each game that someone downloads and plays, but you know what? You're getting to 15, 18, whatever the number of Game Pass people are, 18 million people at this point. So that's a huge install base to have your game in front of. And it does, like Hit said, help with the Game of the Year stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that puts free advertising, if you can put it that way, right in, right out there. Like, would a lot of people even have heard of the Outer Worlds games?
I never would have.
It wasn't on Game Pass.
No.
So, but that brings us to the next story. Switch version of the Outer Worlds is delayed due to the coronavirus outbreak. So I know we talked about this a little bit, maybe last week, or maybe it was in the Discord chat, that a lot of stuff, the coronavirus in China is going to be delaying a lot of things, especially technology related. And they have come out and said that the Switch version of the Outer Worlds is going to be delayed because of the coronavirus and the shutting down and restricting of the plants and stuff like that. I don't know anybody on the Switch that's looking for this title in the first place, but apparently it's coming out, but it's being delayed. So a lot of people are a little upset about that. So,
yeah, I don't understand how a software thing is delayed by coronavirus. Like, I know in my real world job, like, actual shit that we were waiting for from China is delayed because people can't go to like factories and make it. But
well, I mean, Nintendo still, I think, heavily relies on carts. So
no, I guess that's true. Carts are a physical distribution medium, but why can't they distribute it digitally?
Well, I don't think they want to release it digitally if they don't have the physical media ready to go at the same time.
Back at the same time.
So yeah, I think they want to do a dual release. I think that would be a mistake to try to release it two different ways. But
this story makes perfect sense to me. The studio that's making the port works on ground zero, and like, it's sure they're all okay, but there's going to be restrictions on how they get to work. Like, it's going to slow them down. They're not going to be able to meet that date. How long? Maybe not by much, but like, it looks like they're not going to be able to meet that date because there's someone that can't even get to work.
Yeah, but they can work from home. This is software.
Yeah, but like, we don't know. Like, I have a coworker. He's a graphic designer. He doesn't own a computer at home. If he has to work from home, he can't. Like, I just assume not everyone has a computer.
That's the weirdest thing that's ever been said.
Yeah, I mean, it is weird. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it is weird. But there are there are people in the world that like just don't have stuff. And
you got to remember, this is a closed China communist country that we don't know a lot about what their infrastructure is in a lot of places.
Politics.
I'm not bringing politics in. I'm just saying that
it could also be a security thing. Like, maybe they're just not allowed to take code home with them for security reasons. Like, who knows?
That's why you just VPN to work.
If you don't know their security measures, like, just
I guess
sell this, like, you're just assuming.
I know. They're just too busy hacking fucking US to Equifax or whatever else.
Here we go.
Yeah. Well, that did come out today. It was for Chinese hackers that got brought up for that Equifax hacks that gave away all of our fucking social security numbers. So, just saying. But, yeah. I was hacked. So, did you get your free year of Equifax from them hacking you too?
Oh, I've gotten so many different companies sending me.
I got so many free years of Equifax.
It's just they're stacked one on top of the other with how many people have hacked different systems. So
you know what I heard the other day? It was a really fucked up story. The E3 hacks, where all those people, email
addresses and.
Do you know who Meg Turney is?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the home invasion she had like a year ago or so?
Yeah, I do know. Yeah,
I thought I heard that like that could have been a result of the E3 hack. Like that guy got their address, and that's how he got there and had the whole. I don't know.
That's why she moved from Vegas to LA now to get out. Yeah,
like, it's fucked up. Like,
she's a good friend of the show.
Oh, shout out to me. She is.
Yeah.
Okay. She was on last week, right?
Right. Yeah.
All right. Legit.
You know, this isn't Rod Ferguson and the Gears again, right? Like,
No. I told you that I faked out Rod Ferguson and pretended I love Gears. Like, I told you that.
Yeah,
but
you don't have to pretend to the viewers. Like, we're good.
No. All right, we're not. All right.
She's a good friend of yours. We'll go with that.
Okay.
You've met her once.
That's like whenever I say someone to Tiff, and I'm like, yeah, she's a super good friend of ours. And Tiff's like, no, she's a super good friend of yours. Like, just like that, because like, I'm friends with everybody. Like, I like friends. It's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think we need any more of these nude stories. Do you guys?
No.
All right. All right. Well, if any of you have news stories you want us to talk about next week, or not next week, 2 weeks from now, because next week's a holiday, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com, or comment on this episode's thread on the Toolplay homepage and tell us what you want to talk about. We'll talk about it just for you, because we'll do it for you, because we love you. Whew. I hate doing that one because I run out of breath during it, but I use that high-pitched voice to carry that on.
You nailed it.
Thanks, Selden. Yeah. And sponsors. Remember, by supporting our sponsors, you help support Still Got Game. And like I said, this episode is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. It's handmade Tito beverage out of Texas, and it's one of the best. Selden's going for his Tito's thing to hold up. There he goes. Yeah. Good job, Selden. You did good. Your blurry camera really showboated that. But yeah, if you want to be a sponsor like Tito's, and you have a national brand like Tito's Vodka, like I said, pitch us. Yeah, hit us up, and we'll come up with an arrangement with you. And Selden went pink. And we'll set up an arrangement with you, and we'll come up with something that works for both of us. But definitely sponsor the show, because we'd like to help your brand out, and you'd obviously like to help the show out. So 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com. And Twitter us up. You can find everything podcast. No. Why is Selden so pink? He's fucking up my talking on the show.
You're allowing it. It's not affecting the audio, though.
I know. I should never watch Selden while I'm talking.
Yeah.
Just put another box over me.
Twitter us up. You can find everything Toolplay at twitter.com/toolplay. Everything podcast at twitter.com/still_got_game. I, king of the internet, got everything's fucking holding me. Twitter.com/Derek Nolan.
I'm at twitter.com/i6hitman.
I'm at twitter.com/Selden007.
Facebook the fuck out of 2/3 of us. We have facebook.com/toolplay, facebook.com/Derek Nolan,
and facebook.com/Selden007.
We have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/toolplay. That's where all of our archive video content goes. So if you go there and subscribe, you will have access to this show, Hits Quick Hits, Tiff's Immature Interviews, Selden's Dick Cam, Thick and Thin with LB and Duty featuring I6 Hitman, which I'm pretty sure is not the official name of the show, but I've rebranded that way to make sure Hit gets his credit for his work on that show. But yeah, go to youtube.com/toolplay and subscribe there, and you will know whenever we have archive video content. We also archive random video content from our live streams, so it was definitely the place you want to go to subscribe and check out our coolest shit. Like Hit, remember that time you did that unboxing, got like 8 billion views? That was pretty sick.
Yeah, I gotta file a copyright claim on that.
Oh, what was your copyright claim?
You stole my content.
You want to file a copyright against Tool to Play because you want it on your own channel? Oh, okay. Yeah. I see. Oh, okay. I missed that joke, but that's fucked up.
You gotta keep my YouTube partner status, you know?
Oh, I guess. All right. Well,
follow me at youtube.com/i6hitman.
And youtube.com/Selden007.
We don't even do a YouTube sharing
We
thing.
do now. Follow me and Selden.
You can catch all my old episodes of me streaming in World of Tanks.
Wow, I've lost control of the show, ladies and gentlemen. The serfs have taken the castle. All right.
Wow, we're serfs. We're peasants.
Yeah, I was complimenting you with that, okay? Like, just be happy that's what I called you guys. Please rate and review the podcast in iTunes. Give us 5 stars. And if you have an extra 5 seconds, write something nice and let us know what you're thinking. We have a Discord. That's where Hit chats with all of his fans every day, nonstop. Sometimes sends them pics, whatever you want to do with Hit. That's at tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord. That's tooltoplay.com/ all lowercase SGG as in Still Got Game Discord. Go there, sign up, and you can chat with everybody all day long. Selden will definitely respond to you within 5 seconds. Hit may respond to you. But yeah, definitely go there and chat with us all day. And it's definitely, if you want one-on-one interaction with people on the show, that's where you should go. We have a Mixer channel, mixer.com/tooltoplay. That's where we broadcast this fucking shit live all the fucking time. On Mondays, we broadcast this show. And the rest of the week, it is co-streaming all of your favorite Tool to Play streamers. So mixer.com/tooltoplay. Go there and subscribe, and you'll be fucking watch all of our cool shit. We each also have our own Mixer channels. I'm at mixer.com/Derek Nolan.
I'm at mixer.com/i6hitman.
I'm at mixer.com/Selden007.
And I guess before we wrap up, I want to remind you all you can join us each and every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, mixer.com/tooltoplay. And on that, why don't we wrap this fucking 3-man episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Roger Hitman Roken.
I am Chris Selden007 Selden.
The Irregulars.